And welcome to Moore, Oklahoma, Moore Stadium. Maybe Brian Self coming back tonight can give them a little bit of a lift emotionally.
Yeah, you look to seniors, and of course in high school you don't often get to look to your fifth-year senior to lead you, and he is definitely a leader. He'll play some out of the backfield offensively and defensively. Just a tough kid. He's one of the top wrestlers in the. He wrestled last year at 189. He was going to go to a recruiting trip to Brown University the day after the game where he was injured last year, and I know he's looked at Stanford and places like that. Just an outstanding kid, outstanding family.
You know, Brian Self broke his leg in this game last year. He's back on the field tonight, his first game back. How much of an emotional lift can he provide to the guys?
Well, he's a great senior leader. Like you said, he's an experienced player. His leadership, the way he plays the game, will bring a lot of things to the table for us, especially emotionally, because they can feed off of him, and he's a great player, and he plays on both sides of the ball for us.
It's a fake pitch and handoff to Self, running room to 40, 45, 50, still on his feet, 45, and dragged down to the 40-yard line. Brian Self is the biggest play of the night.
And that was a whole clearing out block by Brian Self. I mean, you could just see the head snap back of the PC West linebacker that was trying to come in and fill the hole. Brian Self blew him up.
Handoff Self, he easily scores. Brian Self gets the first touchdown of the game. Sneak handoff to Self, left side to the 10, down to the 5. The handoff to Self again, cuts up at the 5, to the 1, and he's dragged into the end zone, touchdown. Or should I say, he dragged 2 players into the end zone for the touchdown. Handoff Self, down through the end zone, and it looks like he scored. He did. Touchdown, Brian Self.
That's just another hard run by Brian Self. Since Brian Self has been reinstated back into the football team after his medical red shirt was up after the third football game, it's brought a completely different component to this offense. The power of football was not there for the first 3 games, and it has been there since. And he is just a load whenever he gets the football. It is so hard to bring him down. It takes multiple defenders every time. Rarely will you ever see him get brought down by one defender.
They'll hand it off again to Self. He's going to pick up the first down and more.
And he's not afraid to lower his shoulders and his head and take on the hit. You know, when we watched him last year in a completely different offense, he certainly opened up some holes for you, and on those short yardage situations, he was the guy to have. Now, his role has changed in this more wide open offense and playing on the other side of the football defensively as well.
Here he is doing well on the football field, down to about the 16-yard line.
The handoff is going to be in for a touchdown. That's the fullback dive, and that is Brian Self. Your time is done. I'm moving in. I've come too far. Out of the I formation. Handoff, Brian Self, big hole, cuts back up the middle to the 15-10, inside the 10-yard line, down to the 7, and Brian Self and the Jaguars are driving again. Self can move, too. Yeah, he can.
You want to run it between the tackles, you run it with Brian Self right there, as he does a great job getting through.
Wow, big hit there. There's a big play there in the running game. The fullback, Brian Self, he was one of those 60-plus guys last week. 5'10", 220-pounder.
He's a big fullback. He's a nice-looking high school fullback. Only 5'10", but he weighs 220. Good job. And you know, Self, once again, he's 220 pounds. He's 5'10", so he's really a fire hydrant type of runner.
Now they're in the end zone here.
There you go. You give it to the big fullback from the 1-yard line. You got Self